Morning, Northern Hills. It's great to be with you this morning. I hope you've had your cup of coffee or whatever you have, maybe breakfast if you're an early riser. Um, Again, thank you for being here this morning, and I miss seeing all of you in person, but through technology, we're going to have to make it work. So I've been very blessed this week with the devotionals that the pastors have been doing, and I look forward to even more this week as other men will be doing some devotionals. But this morning I wanted to I guess maybe piggyback off of last week, where I spent some time with us in Isaiah chapter 41, in which the big theme on that was fear not. And that fear not really was directed towards a nation, and the nation of Israel is where it was directed. It was God's people, God's chosen people. And so I thought what we would do is we would narrow down the focus of this morning and maybe make it more personal. Make it where we can relate more one-on-one of maybe a theme of a fear not theme. So what I've done is I've chosen Psalm 34, which is an excellent prayer, and is Psalms itself is a great prayer journal, as we can use it as a prayer journal. So let me start off with a little bit of background about Psalm 34. Psalm 34 is in response to King David, and at this time David was being chased all around the nation by the then King Saul. Saul wanted to kill David. David is in frenzy, doesn't know what's going on. David runs away out of the nation of Israel, runs into Palestine and into the nation, and he's brought before the king of Palestine, and he has to act crazy just to get out of it, because David's figured out this is probably not a good place. I shouldn't be in the enemy's territory. So they throw him out because they think he's crazy. He ends up in a cave. So that's where we find ourselves this morning. We find David in a cave. And I don't know, a little bit, you've seen a lot of the guys do their devotionals from home. I'm stuck in my office cave right here. Things are crazy. Things are changing. My clientele are freaking out. I can only imagine what David's doing as far as somebody's trying to kill him. And he didn't do anything wrong. He doesn't understand. God, what are you doing to me? And what happens? We read in Psalm here, and I'll read Psalms verses 1 through 8. And let's see where it starts off. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes it boast in the Lord. Let the humble hear and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. So as David's running around, not knowing what's going on, doesn't understand what God is doing to him, he steps back. He steps back, and we see in the first 3 verses, he praises the Lord. He praises him at all times. He boasts in the Lord. Not in his own boasting, but he boasts in who the Lord is. Verse 3, he magnifies the Lord, and he invites those who are around him to magnify, as we should invite those. Magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. Now, verse 4 through 8 are really examples of why Why should we praise the Lord? Why should we boast the Lord? Why should we magnify who the Lord is? In verse 4, I sought the Lord, and he answered me. Prayer. David's praying to the Lord. Lord, help me. What are we doing? What are you doing? And it was answered. And it says, and he delivered him from his fears. As we're fearful, David was fearful. But David recognizes who God is. Verse 6, the poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him. Again, the afflicted, those of us who are afflicted at this time period, we cry out to the Lord, and he hears us. And he saved that man. He saved that man from all of his troubles. And lastly, there's a promise here. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. So in these confusing and crazy times, let's focus down, get narrow, and step back. Praise the Lord. Boast in the Lord. And magnify the Lord. May God be with you. May God bless you. And may your day be good. God bless. Goodbye.